here, putting pen to paper, writing out my ideas for my mini games, right? And I keep thinking about the Cyberpunk game, and I don't know why, but then I started thinking about the Cyberpunk game because like the graphics and just it's just so beautiful to look at. And I was saying to my son that as someone who doesn't really play video games, but I want to learn so that I can play my video games with my boys. I was learning how to play because it's the controllers. They were teaching me how to play video games so I could get used to the controllers so that when our games came out, I'd be able to play my video games with my boys. And just thinking about Cyberpunk and how beautiful the game is to look at. And saying to my son about how, as someone who doesn't play games but likes to watch them, the one thing that I really appreciate about that game is that it gives you a lot to look at when you're not the one playing the protagonist. And one of the things that I loved about Luigi's Mansion, as you know, the one who used to sit and watch it, was all the cute little quirky things that were in that game that you get to see that the player of the game doesn't necessarily get to see. And then I was thinking about Luigi's Mansion because it is one of my favourite games in the whole world. Luigi's Mansion 1 is one of my favourite games in the whole world, and then it just hit me like a ton of bricks. We're going to make a video game called Ghost Hunters Inc. I'm putting a pin in it for now, and it's going to be evolved. It's going to be revolved around the School of Alchemy, the real one, the one that we're going to build, that we turn into a haunted house at Halloween. And yeah, I'm not going to go into details, but what I'm going to say is it's going to be the perfect way to promote my products and my BFG, my biorhythmic field generator. Now, remember, I've invented two versions, one that requires batteries and one that doesn't. One's completely organic, where you use it like a set of cogs that you turn the dials and place down on the ground, right? And it's completely organic, and you can use it in all weathers, in all countries, in all seasons, any time of day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, regardless of where you are. But I also want to build a handheld device that would require batteries or, charging, that I can also incorporate into lamps and night lights and that for kids to, keep the boogeyman away. So my video game that I'm thinking of that's going to be my absolute throwing my whole heart into it for my love and adoration for Mario and the Luigi games, but specifically, I mean, because I love Super Mario World and all that as well, but Luigi's Mansion out of all of them is my favourite game in the whole world. So it's going to be me paying my homage, and I even want the graphics to be similar. That chunky, bright. The graphics for Luigi's Mansion is also how I want to do the Dear Satan Claus graphics. You know, the movie they stole. I kind of want it done in that chunky, cute little colourful style graphics, but where you have to use my Beacon of Light candles, my Rehua spray and my Tane clay, and the two versions of my BFG, biorhythmic field generator, which I developed when I was locked up as well, I might add, to help me deal with the pain from being starved and tortured and poisoned in the game, to get rid of the ghosts and haunty things and beasties and little demons hiding behind picture frames and stuff. How beautiful is that going to be? And I'm even going to put a little thing to say, this is dedicated to Luigi's Mansion. I can't, I'm so excited. I can't even put it into words. I reckon that because the dating app, while it's going to make me the most money and won't need to take as long to make as any of my games, between my mini games and little games like this, that we can make at the same time, I reckon we can have a couple of projects on the go at once. And if we give ourselves a couple of years to get a good chunk of like TVs and TV shows and TV series and video games, especially my mini games, my little apps, and a couple of my movies and all of that, because by which time we would have already put on the Night of the Black Sun musical, so we can turn that into our horror movie, and start making that into like a Left 4 Dead style video game. Within a couple of years we should have, by the time I'm ready to start selling subscriptions and that to the server, we should have a nice little thing going there for people to enjoy. And then if I can get other countries involved, building, like expanding my businesses and building my skills and stuff, then the faster we can get stuff made. But I just come up with an incredible idea I'm just putting a pin in it for now, Ghost Hunters Inc., where it's going to be promoting my real products. And because, with my Tane clay and my rehua spray and that, depending on what your paranormal needs are, you decide on what product you use. Because each, like my beacon of light candles, and my BFG, my biorhythmic field generator, think of like a EMF detector, but not. That's my biorhythmic field generator, but not. It removes paranormal activity. Yeah, so because I've got all my products, I've got my rehua spray, my Tane clay, and I'm just sitting here thinking of different levels for it. And I think even I would play this video game. I would want to pick up the controllers and learn to play this game myself, because I loved Luigi's Mansion, and it will be paying homage to one of my favourite games. But, I mean, a lot of them are homage to my favourite games. Like this one I was just talking about that would take a while to make, that's me paying homage to Grand Theft Auto, because I love Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. And obviously, the Night of the Black Sun would be paying homage to Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. You see what I mean? So, because I'm a writer and a visionary, I'm inspired by the world around me. So I say to myself, I'd love to do something like that, because I love that so much. And then it all just starts falling into my vision, and I'm like, oh my God, and then I write it down. And it's like, that is so up my alley. And the thing is, I can link the game to a couple of apps that I want to make that are based on paranormal, supernatural stuff, where you'll be able to download the app for free, and it will like show you how to deal with paranormal activity and, explain things, and you'll be able to order like my Tane clay and my rehua spray and, my BFG night lights and all that sort of thing. I'll need to work with some engineers though. Technical engineers, some nerdy boffins that know how to put wires together and solder things, and but we'll have a whole department for that. So, yeah, I'm just going to call it Ghost Hunters Inc. for now. But it is absolutely paying respects to Luigi's Mansion, one of the greatest games I've ever had the pleasure of watching. Pikmin, I love Pikmin as well, the first Pikmin. And I've got a mini game that's loosely inspired by that too. So So I need to get back to the grindstone now. So yep, so that's another one. And because I mean this is that's my industry, isn't it? It's my life. The occult is my life. And I'll be able to, oh my God, I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah, so there you go. So it'll be a great way to promote my products as well. And then when people come to visit us, they'll be able to see the real, oh my God, that's from Ghost Hunters Inc. Even if I wanted to, I could rent the rooms out. But I don't know, but I want to leave it as the School of Alchemy and haunted house and have my little occult museum and stuff. But yeah, people will be able to come and visit the house from the first sign-in, because then also as well, remember I said I wanted to do a version of Charmed and Supernatural and the Ghost Whisperer. I want to do that in the house as well. Have that set in the house and also in our studios, our TV studio. And the inside of it will be done in the studio, the outside will be done at the actual house. So my architect, I basically need to say to him, think the Munsters. I want a house that's just like the Munsters. Just think the Munsters. So, yeah, oh my God, I'm so excited. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, that inspiration. So there we go, that's another one. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.